I gotta ask you, honestly, who are you calling out in the C7 when you get it?
Probably Justin first. I want to race Justin, of course. He's the one that like helped build the car.
Yeah.
So his is probably the fastest car I've ever ridden in. And then also like thick. There's a lot of quick people out there. Boosted Lucky, I guess Parker, Jay, like all the people with fast cars. Quiet as well. I think his is manual, so that's probably not as fair. But there's a bunch of fast people out there. J Mart. Anybody that's got a fast C7 I want to race, or just a fast car in general. Yeah. I definitely know my place, so I'm not calling out like the people with like twin turbo Huracans and stuff and Vipers.
Yeah.
I know my place.
Yeah.
I want to get beat, so I'm like more motivated because like right now I'm like, yeah, there's nothing beating me. I know there's definitely cars beating me until I get like, I'm gonna bring that thing to Houston, get walked by like an F-150, and I'm gonna be like, 100 grand for what? I was like, what did I even do? So yeah, that's kind of my goal is to like go to Houston, have the car get beat, and then probably just leave it there and be like, okay, up everything.
Yeah.
You gotta choose a side. You gotta choose a side. You gotta pick. You gotta do what's right. You gotta answer.
Welcome back to Go Hard Podcast. I'm your host, Noel. Guys, we're back at it with the tour. We're in Orlando, in Stuart, Florida. And we have another special guest on. You've seen him on TikTok. You've seen him on YouTube. Are you on Facebook?
Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, Facebook. You know, you've seen him building cars. He's recently just done the S650 Whipple. And he's building a F-150 twin turbo, sick-ass C7 Corvette coming out soon. He also built a popular brand. You might have seen him on TikTok. It's called Brake Bomber. You've seen all those, viral clips or whatnot. Guys, let's give it up for Aiden.
Yeah.
Tell us, man. Tell us a little bit about you.
So I live here in Florida. I'm 22, build some cars, make TikToks. I don't do anything too crazy. I guess I built the stuff like behind me.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of cool cars, but waiting on the C7, that'll probably be the craziest build by far.
Everybody's waiting on it, man. Everybody's like...
You're telling me.
Everybody's waiting now. In the comments, are like, hey, where's the C7?
Yeah. Everybody's like, you don't even own the car anymore. You sold it. And I was like, dude, I've thought about it.
Right?
Unfortunately, it's still there, though.
Everybody's like, man, when you gapping Justin, when you gapping Riley, when
Boosted
you gapping
Lucky,
Thick 7Z.
Oh, yeah, Thick's first. Thick's first on the list. He's talking too much. No, I'm just kidding. I talk to him all the time, but yeah, he's first.
Yeah. Damn, is he?
No, Justin's first.
I don't know. Justin was like, when we were talking, he's like, man, that bitch is going to be rowdy.
Yeah, it should be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's got Motec now, so.
Ooh, that Motec money. That's some...
I don't know about that.
You got money.
No, I don't know about all that.
Nah.
I'm over here like drinking water all the time now.
Right.
No eating out. I literally just drink water now.
Just
I'm out of money.
sandwiches,
Yeah,
fucking
I'm done.
Tuna fish and water.
Yeah. I'll find like a Skittle on the ground, and that's all I eat for the day.
Right. Guys, today we're going to talk about, before he started TikTok, the TikTok journey, talk about all his builds. We're going to talk about maybe the future for the brand, the future for him. And yeah, let's get into it. Tell us about your first, how did you get started in automotive?
So my dad was a mechanic. He's been a mechanic since I was like a little kid. So I kind of grew up in like a shop. Like the shop we're in right now is his, but he doesn't do it anymore. But yeah, always performance cars, always had cool cars. They had like nitrous Fox bodies and stuff when I was a kid. And then I kind of grew up on like dirt bikes, four-wheelers, ATVs, all that sort of stuff. So that's kind of how I got into it initially. And then progresses into cars after you get out of dirt bikes at like a certain age. As soon as I turned 16, I was like, yeah, cars are it. And then I had like a little V6 Charger. It wasn't a 3.5 or 3.6. It was like the one below that. I don't know what it is, but it was terrible. It was like
2.7 or something.
It's something like that. Yeah, it had like
yeah.
300,000 miles, like bumper result. Yeah, it was like $2,500 on Marketplace. But first car, pretty sick for a first car. So I guess I was a Mopar guy at first.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
were you started off Ricer?
No, I didn't do any mods to that car. So I was just a broke high school kid. My parents bought it for me. So it was like $2,500, and it was pretty chill for like a first car. And they ended up selling it when I actually started driving, because I didn't get my license till like after I was 16, because I like didn't care. Here in Florida, you have to have your permit for a whole entire year, and I didn't get my permit till I was like 15 and a half, and so I had to wait till I was like 16 and a half before I could ever get my driver's license. And then by that time, they got me a different car.
Yeah. So what was after that?
My stepmom, she had an ATS, like a Cadillac ATS, and that's kind of why I got my V later on. But I had an ATS, and it's a pretty cool car, like for what it was. But she got a work car, and the Charger just wasn't reliable. Like it was like 300,000 miles. It was like the 2.7, like you said, just not a good car. So she had like a little Buick car that she got for work, and I drove her Cadillac just to school and back, and I had that for a while, and then I got T-boned. So that car was gone, and that's why I got my ATS V. Like now is redemption, same color, 4-door, everything. I just always wanted a V.
But the V came like after you got other cars though.
Way after.
Yeah.
I didn't ever get a V for a while. I always wanted one, but never.
You always wanted an ATS-V?
Yeah. Regret it now. Now is a bad decision.
We're gonna get into that later. Why is it a bad decision?
Hindsight's 20/20 on that one. As you notice, it's the like one that's not behind us.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
And we'll
drive.
get into the community too. How
Oh God. Oh no.
But so moving forward, what is what made you start TikTok?
I did YouTube before this, so like probably ever since I was like really young, I've always done YouTube. I made Minecraft videos, Forza videos. If someone really digs, they can probably find them, and it'll be embarrassing. But yeah, I made Minecraft Forza videos. Did you find one?
Yeah.
No way.
No, I'm just playing.
Oh Jesus Christ! I think I went back and privated a lot of them, but I was actually really popular on Forza. Like I did like money glitches and stuff, and like all the challenges. I'd do like random videos of like car videos on Forza, and it popped off, and I had like 10,000 subs on there, and then I just randomly quit one day, and then I started doing YouTube, and I was making it on my orange S650 back in the day, and then TikTok kind of like popped around 2020, same time I got the car, and that's when it was like cringe to have TikTok. So I was like just kind of making videos. I didn't really want any like my friends to find out. It's like don't let them know I'm doing TikTok. Then it took off. Like the more you just post, it kept taking off, and then it wasn't cringy to have TikTok. Now everybody has it.
Yeah.
And then now it's kind of normal. Now I post every day, most of the days.
Yeah. So you weren't like dancing or nothing like fucking.
No dances. Not yet. When I start falling off,
Not
maybe
yet.
I'll start doing dances. But as of now, I'm good.
Yeah. So you started YouTube with the orange S550, right?
I did, yeah.
It was like an orange, but then like some pictures made it look red.
Yeah, the color's called competition orange. So it was like it's always been one of my favorite like colors.
That shit is clean.
Yeah, so it was an awesome car. It was an MT82 car, so I didn't want it too long. I put a Whipple on it, did a bunch of stuff, and then I was kind of just done with it.
What's wrong with the MT82?
They just notoriously don't hold as much power. So especially, I didn't want manual either. Manual's just not fast. But I did buy a GT350 after that, so those are manual as well. I don't know what I was thinking with that. I had that car like 8 months, and then I got rid of it too.
Yeah.
I was just kind of over Mustangs.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I have one behind me.
Right?
Yeah, but it's different.
Yeah. So the guy I had on earlier, Toby, he has an MT82 still.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, you know, why do you keep in the MT82 and not go maybe turbo 400, you know, maybe, you know, automatic? His answer was he just likes stick.
Yeah.
He likes to.
No, that's understandable.
Yeah.
I've always, like, I still want a stick shift car. Like, I bought my ATS-V just because I wanted, like, a stick shift car. I had all automatics at that point because the Vet's automatic, and I really wanted that one in manual, but then I wanted it to be fast. And you kind of have to pick one or the other. It's like either be fun and, like, fast or fun and faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I picked fun and faster.
Yeah. What came after that?
My GT350. It was wrapped in, like, a kind of the same color as this car, like a midnight blue sort of thing.
Okay,
this
yeah.
isn't wrapped, that's paint, but it was like a midnight blue. I had yellow brakes on it, and it was a factory tuned car, but they have this like little ECU thing that you can put in there that controls the injectors. So it was factory tuned on full E85. It was pretty cool. And it beat a lot of cars for what it was. It just had like cat deletes as well. Such a simple setup, but it was fast.
And what video made you like really take off on TikTok?
A bunch of my old videos, like
Yeah.
they're just super random old videos, but like
You remember?
Yeah, I took off like my bumper off my orange car. I got a GT350 bumper for it. And one of my original videos that like really popped off, I had my factory bumper and it was scratched. And I was like, this is how you like take a scratch off your bumper. And I took like a Sawzall and cut out the scratch like all the way around. And it was just me destroying like a factory bumper because I had a new one. And everybody loved that. That's what like really, really took off. And then I stopped for a while and started again like later on.
So pretty much like what I guess you could say what draws your attention took you off, right?
Yeah.
You like just
it was those
attention
like
grabber.
it was those like shock factor videos.
Yeah.
So I definitely started off with like the shock factor videos, and I got into like short form, but the longer form, like where I do like the minute ones now. So that's kind of what I started off at. Those like super short, like Vine style.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Vine where they're just really short and it's just like this, and it's like videos done. So they're just shock factor videos. It was me just always doing random stuff.
Do you remember Vine? Where like, did you?
Yeah. I was in like middle school and that was around.
Oh damn, that's just crazy.
I'm only 22, so
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff. I was young for a lot of that like early social media stuff.
Yeah. Damn, fucking Vine. I'm sure like a lot of people are like, damn, I remember that shit too.
Yeah. I used to watch Vines like all the time.
Yeah. What is so after the blue GT350, then you bought the Z06?
Yeah,
right?
I did. I got the Z06.
You want to talk about it now, or you want to wait?
We could talk about the Z06 now if you want. I can talk about the first build, like the Pro
Yeah,
Charge one.
the Pro Charge,
Yeah.
yeah.
So first, it started off as like just obviously factory blower. I bought that car and the heat exchanger was actually broken, and the car came on like wires. I bought it at like 19, so I had no clue what I was buying, and it was like the first car I'd kind of like went by myself and like bought all alone. I didn't have my dad look it over or anything, so I kind of just like looked at this car and I was like, yep, this is what I want. Cool. It was like on wires. The heat exchanger is broken. So I took it to the track and this thing was just so slow. And I was like, I have no clue what's wrong with it. And I took it to the tuner and it was even tuned with a broken heat exchanger as well. And then on like the forums and everything, everybody like tells you to do like little tricks to try to get the heat exchanger like completely full of water and like set it at an angle and whatever. And I was like looking down into the reservoir and it was like empty. And I was like, oh, that's probably my problem. That's why it's running so hot. Filled it up with water, went straight to the ground. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah. So then I got a Weapon X heat exchanger, threw that in it. Car was pretty quick. It ran like a 6.5, 60 to 130. Not too crazy, but for like literally, it wasn't on flex fuel or anything, just 93, negative 1200 DA. Definitely was like a power run, but it lost to just about everything.
And it was tuned by Justin at the time?
No, it was not tuned by Justin. It was tuned by some guy in Miami. His name's Calvo Tuned. So it was tuned by him for like a while, and it swapped later on, especially once the build got like more crazy. That guy didn't offer remote tuning or like a lot of stuff that like Justin does. So, and I seen Justin like all through the forums and everything. For the people that don't know what we're talking about Justin White.
Yeah, Justin White too. I had him on the podcast. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
He's sitting right there.
He's sitting right next to us.
What forum was he on?
Just like Facebook's. Like I'd see him in Facebook like all the time. Or not him, but people would be like, that get tuned by Justin, get tuned by Justin, get tuned by Justin. Then I seen Toby was tuned by him too, like the same time.
Really?
Yeah, Toby got tuned like around the same time as me, and we were both tuned by Justin.
Why did he leave?
I don't know about all that. You'd have to ask Toby. You did one with him. He didn't say he was tuned by him, honestly. Yeah, no, he was originally tuned by him, and that's how I also knew who Justin was, just through Toby, because I kind of seen it in like the videos and stuff. And his I don't remember what his build was at that point. It might have just been NA.
Yeah,
I have no clue. You probably have to actually ask Justin. I don't remember the build back then. I don't think it was boosted or anything.
Guys, if you're watching, if you have a Chevy LT LS, if you need your car tuned, Camaro, Corvette, hit up Justin White Tune on Instagram. He'll get you right.
He loves coyotes too.
Yeah.
Big coyote fan.
He'll get you right. And I mean, you text him at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's when he's up.
Yeah, I know.
That's when he tunes.
If you text him at 2 o'clock in the morning, all you got to do is run that check. That's it.
Yeah. My friend just got tuned by him the other day, and he gets off, like my friend gets off at like 6. He's like, when should we tune this thing? I was like, bro, Justin's up at like 2 a.m. He's like, really? And I was like, yeah, we're going to be tuning this thing at like 2 a.m. He's like, all right. He goes to work at like 7 a.m. the next day, and he's like, he doesn't tune throughout the day. I was like, no. I was like, we do night tunes.
Yeah, he that's when he hibernates during the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, car runs cooler at night anyway.
That's true.
Better tune.
That's the sauce.
Yeah, it is. That's why they're always faster. They get tuned at night.
You tune at night when it's cooler.
Yeah, and there's no cops around. Like, you usually don't want to go do like data logs with cops, especially here. I don't know if you've ever seen like you'll see these like it's like Port St. Lucie PD, but have you seen the videos that like go crazy viral and it's like the cops like with the guy in the back, like they pull him out of the car and they make a TikTok with the guy right there. That's where I live. Yeah. Like the ones that have few million views, and it's like the police officers standing in front of them, and they're like, this is what happens when you're like an idiot and you speed or run away from police, and the guy's like cussing in the background. He's like, F you guys, F this.
What the hell?
Yeah, and it's like the officer just blank, just doing the TikTok. They're so funny.
That's fucking crazy. No, I haven't seen them. You have to show me.
Yeah, I'll show you some. They're hilarious.
So can you tell us the new build on the Z06? Because you took the Pro Charger off, right?
Yeah. So it was Pro Charger for a while.
I remember you you did a couple of TikToks with Boosted Lucky. I mean, not with Boosted Lucky, but talking about Boosted Lucky.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You're gonna take it to Texas, run. you
Yeah,
know.
the original plan with the Pro Charge car was to push it a lot further than like what it was, and I don't know. We kind of realized like after a while, I wanted to do built engine. I wanted to do more power, and everybody else was like building their cars pretty crazy. It sounds cool at first to have like a 900 horsepower car until you like go to a race meet and like you look like you're standing still. And I was like, well, shit, like this isn't gonna work. So yeah, we kind of it originally wasn't even gonna be a twin turbo car like what it's being built into now. So it's now gonna be like 427 LTR, twin turbo, built transmission, fuel system, port injection, everything we can think of. It is gonna be that. And eventually I want to do a sequential or a glide. Haven't really decided. Both of them are about 30 grand. So
Sequential or glide?
yeah. So
That's new.
Yeah.
I mean, not the glide is new because a lot of people use the glide with drag racing.
Yeah. So I don't know if I want the car to even be like a drag car because I'm kind of building my F-150 towards like the 7-second drag car. I feel like that's a cooler thing to have like a truck that's really fast because you see vets everywhere that are really fast. And I guess the trucks now, especially where you guys are, like Texas, they're everywhere. But here, there's no fast trucks. So vets are everywhere though. If you've even driven here, there's a C7 and a C8 every other car.
Oh shit. So I noticed you had complications building the car, right? When it was on the Pro Charger setup.
Yeah, there is stuff like here and there. It really just, it was like always one next thing. And it was also like me and Justin at like different levels. Like, I'm here. And he's like, okay, now you need meth. Now you need port injection. Now you need this. And like, we're always just constantly building the car. But it was really fun, especially when it was like, it just kept getting faster and faster. And it was only over the course of a few months. It went from just like a Pro Charger, absolutely no fuel, and then like aux pump, meth, everything. It was awesome by the end, and then, blew up. But it was awesome for a while.
But did you build it or did somebody else build it?
I put everything on that car.
Oh,
up until like now when we dropped it off. It's being built by a guy in Manny in like Houston. But yeah, it's being built by him now, and other people, Pro Speed, Justin. A lot of people are helping out on that build. But yeah, everything in the beginning I built. So put the Pro Charger on. Not that it was crazy. I did the port injection, the aux pump that's leaking. But that's how you know I did it.
So what did you learn from building it?
Take it to a shop when you don't know what you're doing. I definitely learned that. No, take my time. So like for the TikToks, I try to get out a video every single day. And so now I kind of like, I pre-record my videos now, so I have a lot more time to do them. But back when I was building that car, it was like, I need a video today, I need a video today, I need a video today. So it was me always rushing something. So even putting in the aux pump, like I just drilled it real quick, hole was too big, had to fill it in with like a gas tank maker. All sorts of stuff. Yeah, it sucked, and I definitely learned my lesson just to like slow down on the builds. I definitely took my time on like the Mustang behind me. Thing's perfect.
Yeah.
So learned my lesson.
So guys, if you're watching out there, learn from this guy.
Yeah, do not rush your builds. Definitely listen to people too. You always think there's like a shorter way. There's not a shorter way.
Yeah.
You just got to do things right. You definitely regret it in the end.
Yeah. What was the cost to build the Pro Charger setup?
The initial setup, probably like. The Pro Charger is only like $4,000. I got it used. I got it used off like some guy a little bit north from here, and he had like a twin turbo setup on his C7. I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. I'll never have that. And then I bought the Pro Charger off him. It was stupid cheap. Slapped that on, and then other than that, like manifold, injectors, port injection, all that stuff was probably another few $1,000s. I say altogether probably like 10, 15 grand, like max. It built up over time, so it wasn't it wasn't like a 100% dropped it all at one time. Stock block, never opened.
Stock block, okay.
Yeah.
Down.
Stock converter, stock trans.
It was on the F1X Pro Charger?
It was a D1X.
D1X?
Yeah, so they max out, I want to say like 1,000, 1,100 horsepower, especially with no cam.
I think the F1X, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're like, what, 1,500?
They go crazy,
Yeah.
It's like a F1A 94 as well. Those are really good too.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I wanted, but then turbos, you can't beat turbos.
Yeah. They sound sick though, I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah, they sound crazy.
Like,
I do miss that about Pro Chargers. Pro Chargers are probably the craziest sounding thing.
What was your 60 to 130 on the setup?
So the fastest one we ever ran was it was actually in like a data log because you can sit and look at the data log times from 60 to 130. I think it was a 4.8, but the only other time I ran a 60 to 130, I didn't have a draggy, but it was after the car like blew up, shooting oil everywhere. It ran a 5.0 with it like shooting oil all under the tires. It was me and my friend in there, and we were like borderline dying. It was like going towards the curb and everything, and still ran a 5.0. I don't know how that was possible.
Yeah.
And then we parked the car back in the driveway, had oil all up the windshield, dripping down on the bottom, and it was like 3 quarts low. It was pretty crazy, but still ran a 5.0. I just wanted to prove that it was still fast blowing up because everybody was like, no, it's not that quick. It's not that quick. I don't know why the car, it was running a 9.7. We started having like a lot of issues, like 9.7 quarter mile.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started having a lot of issues kind of towards, I didn't have like catch cans or breathers on it. So it was definitely learned my lesson with that too. I learned things over time. Justin, I try to listen to Justin.
What about hooking wise? Were you hooking on it?
Yeah, it was perfectly fine. It was on ET Street R's too, stock suspension, stock everything. I don't know how that car hooked. This one, biggest struggle ever hooking, and the Vet was like more power, ran faster, 0 issues. So who knows what the difference in that is. Mustangs just do not hook.
Yeah, so they're about the same power wise right now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they're almost the same 60 to 130. So this car, the only time I posted was a 5.0. I ran a little bit faster. I did hit 4s in the car. I haven't posted yet. I'm just waiting for somebody to post a 4. Then I'm going to be like, here's my 4. That's all I've been waiting on.
So why don't you just post it and just like to be the first?
Well, I just wanted somebody else to post it because it'd be funny. But yeah, it ran a like 4.9, like 4.9.8. And it was the same day that I ran the 5.0.
Damn.
Yeah. We kept going and going and going.
Yeah.
My friend and my brother were there actually, and we were running all of them, and I was like super excited in the car. I just pull up, and then I was quiet, and I was like, yeah, ran another 5.1. I just didn't want to tell anybody at first. So I'm hoping somebody actually runs a 4 because I still haven't told them. Only person I've told was, like my girlfriend, and then you, and then now everybody that's here.
And then now YouTube, the whole world.
Yeah, I was planning on making a video here in a few days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to run faster. I was going to put another smaller pulley, but it's probably going to
So what we're
blow
going to
up.
do is we're going to just take the video, send him to my editor, and he's going to make it, cook it up. Tomorrow we're going to release the video. Boom. Not just
Yeah, I wanted somebody to be faster because there's a lot of people out there that are like building them now, like Evolution Performance. They're running like mid 5s in their car, and they just haven't posted 60 to 130 times. And I know a lot of people are building them, so I was waiting for someone to post like a 5.1 or a 5.0 or something, and then just post like the 4.9.
Yeah,
Just
damn.
I just wanted to be like a little bit of competition.
Yeah.
Because right now there's like it's really only me building this car. There's like some other people like shops doing it, but like individuals, there's no one. I don't think anybody else is as stupid to like blow their car up. They are 2024s. So.
Yeah. Well, isn't Parker with the twin turbo one, right?
Yeah, but that car makes like 500 wheel or something. It's on like 3 pounds of boost. This is on 18.
Yeah.
So 18 on like E30, like a 93 blend E30. Actually, it's race gas. So it's like 260 GT from Sunoco. It's like $10 a gallon. Then I got to put E85 in there. It costs like $120 to fill up just for me to do a few runs, and then it's gone. I tried not to drive it too much.
Okay, we're gonna get into this, but we still haven't finished on the C7.
On the Vet? Yeah.
Can you talk about the build, like the extravagant build that's you're doing on it?
Yeah, so we did a LTR block, which is like a concept block. I believe it's still a concept block, but yeah, it's a 427. There was talks at the beginning we were going to do like a 408 or like a 416 or a lot of different things for the turbos, and I was like, yeah, 427 sounds cooler in videos. So we went 427, and the original plan was to do a glide and like make it a 7-second monster, if not like deep 7s. And then everything kind of changed, like especially over time, like waiting months, just the build changed in general. Now it's like fuel system and built trans and all that stuff. But yeah, the engine, I believe it's rated like 2,200 horsepower, maybe 25. Yeah, it's crazy. Like that whole thing together, it's got like the billet valley cover, billet front cover. It was like almost 40 grand for like the whole, just the whole engine assembly.
Just like the whole long block?
Yeah, whole long block. So it has CID heads and everything. It was, yeah. I went there initially, like I was talking to Justin, and so the first thing that I did, it was an L8T block, and I went to go visit Justin because we were dropping, actually, I think we were just coming to visit just to hang out. And he's like, yeah, come to the machine shop and like look at the L8Ts being built. And then like I sit there and it's like a super pretty like billet one or a billet LTR, or the block's not billet, but it had all the billet parts on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's nice. And they're like, well, you could do this for like another 20 grand. I was like, and then I said yes. I don't know why I said yes. It's a pretty bad idea in hindsight. It was a lot of money.
I think Justin's pushing you, man. He's like,
oh yeah,
pushing
yeah.
you to do it.
Yeah, no, he definitely is. And then it went into turbos and everything. It started off as just me. So an On3 kit come out, and it was like a bottom mount kit for C7s. And at the time, there was like nobody with turbo kits. Now there's like a few people with them here and there, but for the C7s, there's just nothing for those cars. And so I seen there was like a twin turbo kit, and I was like, I have to have that. I was like, I want to do turbos like ASAP. And so as soon as the car like started shooting oil out everywhere, I was definitely just set on turbos. And so we got the kit, and it was supposed to be an L8T block. Nothing crazy. I think it was going to be like a 416 at the time or a 427, but it wasn't going to be like sleeved and everything because those are iron blocks.
Yeah.
And it wasn't going to be like heads. I think they're just going to be ported like LT4 heads, and now it's like CID heads. crazy rods, crazy pistons, everything.
Damn. So what do you think about around what number are you thinking about?
For like horsepower for the car?
Yeah.
You probably have to ask Justin what it's actually going to make, but I'm always going to want it to make like 1600 to 1800. So hopefully with like, we're talking about a different turbo kit now, like one that comes out of the front bumper, and it'd be like two massive, like 70, what were they, Justin? 76. So we were talking about 76 millimeter turbos, like two out of the front, like in the bumper.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty crazy. Just something to catch attention because the bottom mounts are cool and everything, but you can't see them. So it's not as good for like TikTok. So as fast as I want the car to be, it has to be good for content too.
Yeah.
You got to consider both of them.
So could you daily drive that one?
I'll
Or do you
definitely
want
still daily drive it, yeah.
Would
I
it
daily
ha-
drive all my cars.
Will they have AC?
I hope so. I haven't talked about that. It might have.
said.
Yeah, it's going to have AC. It's a street car.
Yeah.
That thing could make 2,000 horsepower and I'll still daily drive it.
Damn.
I've driven every single one of my cars. Even now, I have 6 cars now, so it's kind of hard to drive them all equally.
One for each mood.
Yeah. Most of my moods are just hop in the BMW because it's like the stock one, not loud or anything, comfortable. Seats aren't comfortable, but like has all the technology and everything. The C7, I'll still daily drive it. It's going to go to McDonald's and back and do all the stuff. That was my only car for a year. So everything that I did in like the cars now, I didn't have a truck or anything. Like I put wheels in the back of the C7. They have massive trunks. You put a lot of stuff in that car. That C7 was basically my truck.
Yeah.
It's a cool car.
So if you're not going with the Glide on it,
It's
what trans are you going with?
It's an 8-speed. So the factory 8-speed, and then Justin's building it. So
yeah.
it's going to be a roll car until I probably do like a sequential or either a Glide or a TH400. We kind of been talking about TH400 now just because it's better on the street. I want it to be like street and strip.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the truck's mainly going to be like the strip car. And I just want it to be like fast and then...
The truck's going to be a strip truck.
Yeah. That's the goal. I'd love to do like a sleeved build and like 1,500 horsepower. There's one recently, that racing channel. They built like a 1,700 horsepower one. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, the gray one's sick.
Yeah. So I want to do something like that, just without the 10 speed. They're going to go through 10 speeds like crazy. So I don't want to do that. I'd rather just go TH400 and have it be fast. That's kind of my plan with it. So that is also an on-3 kit. On-3 kits on everything.
You like? Is that your go-to turbo kits?
Not necessarily, but it's what my budget works with. They're a lot cheaper. They're about half the price. Actually, by the time we spec them out, like you look at that initial price and you're like, oh, $5,000, that's not that bad. And then you spec it out and it's like $10,000. I'm like,
you're adding fucking what you call it?
Just
the
everything.
turbos and
the
the precisions,
the boost
and
controller, better turbos, then the wastegates, everything. Everything just adds up, and then you look at the price and you're like, oh, this is the price of the kit that everybody says to get over this one.
So do you have a turbo kit for it already? A twin turbo kit?
For which one?
The F-150?
I do, yeah. It's sitting at Jay's shop right now.
Yeah.
Velocity.
Yeah.
So he's doing it. We're just waiting on the turbos to get there. Okay. So we just had the wrong size turbos. They're 64s, and we're doing I think we're doing 66s or 67s. Yeah, we're doing 67s on that car or on the truck.
Hey guys, if you want your trans build, badass 8 speeds, do you do 6 speeds? The 6. Oh my gosh.
This guy's the king of
All right, so if you need your trans build, GM, with the 8L90,
8L90,
6L80,
yeah,
right? If you need them built, hit up Justin White Tune, Instagram, Facebook, and his number is I'm just playing. But yeah. So
we'll see if they're good soon.
I gotta ask you honestly, who are you calling out in the C7 when you get it?
Probably Justin first. I want to race Justin, of course. He's the one that like helped build the car. Yeah. So his is probably the fastest car I've ever ridden in. And then also like thick. There's a lot of quick people out there. Boosted Lucky, I guess Parker, Jay, like all the people with fast cars. Quiet as well. I think his is manual, so that's probably not as fair. But there's a bunch of fast people out there. J Mart, anybody that's got a fast C7 I want to race, or just a fast car in general. Yeah. I definitely know my place, so I'm not calling out like the people with like twin turbo Huracans and stuff and Vipers.
Yeah.
I know my place.
Yeah.
I want to get beat, so I'm like more motivated because like right now I'm like, yeah, there's nothing beating me. I know there's definitely cars beating me until I get like, I'm gonna bring that thing to Houston, get walked by like an F-150, and I'm gonna be like, $100,000 for what? I was like, what did I even do? So yeah, that's kind of my goal is to like go to Houston, have the car get beat, and then probably just leave it there and be like, okay, up everything.
Yeah.
So. I think the block will hold everything. It's really, I think the only thing that's going to really hold us back from being like crazy fast. Actually, so there's really no 8 speeds with Motec. So we're kind of going to see how like crazy that is. But what's going to make that car really fast is obviously like a TH400 or sequential or a glide or something. So we'll see what the 8-speed does, especially with like Justin building it. I think it's going to last a while and be really fast. But you can't beat a TH400. Those things are crazy.
Yeah. Integrated. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Integrate the fucking. Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah. So everything will be built for the car. I guess. I think ProSpeed is setting up like the whole thing. Are they? I believe they're going to be building it there as well, right? The car will be there though. Yeah. So the car is going to get brought to ProSpeed to have like the rest of the stuff done. They're going to do the tuning as well with Justin, so he can kind of go to track days with me, be there with me. I'll probably fly him out for like most of the big events that we do. I definitely want to take it to like TX2K and stuff like that. I didn't sign up for FL2K because I wasn't sure if it'd be like 100% done.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I don't know what that car fits in class-wise because it doesn't have a cage right now. And also, if I do like roll racing, I'm going to get puppy kicked by like the GTRs and the Huracans and the Viper. Everything that's 2,000, 2,500 horsepower, my car is going to look like it's sitting still. So I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Everything that it costs like $500,000 to build. Like
Yeah. I'm over here with like TikTok money. I was like, yeah, I can't compete with you guys. I was like, I'm done. Yeah. It was an expensive build, but it's definitely not a $500,000 build.
So do you plan on digging the car or just road racing?
Since it's Motec, it's kind of both. It'll do everything. So that's the plan, especially once we do like sequential or a glide or a TH400. I still haven't decided. Once we do like a crazy transmission, it'll go into mainly digs probably.
Damn.
Especially at the track. I just want to run 7s and deep 7s. It'd be cool to have like 2 7-second cars or a 7-second truck, 7-second car.
What about the suspension on it?
On the C7?
Yeah.
They have coilover conversions and all sorts of other stuff. So I'd probably go to Keltrack for that. He's got like a lot of that stuff, and that's who kind of the truck's going to be done by too.
Yeah.
So that'd be my plan. I know some people do like 4 links and all the crazy stuff. I don't think I'm set up for that. I kind of just want it to be a more street car build, not as crazy.
So around what time frame from today? Today is June 13th.
I have no clue.
Damn.
Yeah, so the
Not
original
even like couple months?
should be a couple months, but the original plan was for it to be done in like March for TX2K. And then the original plan was for it to be it was going to be done for my birthday, which was February. And obviously, it's June now, but again, the build keeps going further and further. When it started off as just an LT8 block or an L8T block, it's obviously that's a lot more simple.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot more simple build, so it probably would have been done a lot faster. But we had problems like getting the heads and a lot of stuff for the engine. So the engine took, I think, 7 months for like everything to get done. Damn. So the engine just finished, and now we're kind of waiting on Motec now, because the car was never going to be on Motec before. It was just kind of one of those random things. I was sitting there thinking, and I seen like a Motec one on YouTube, and I was like, dude, that's sick. And I called Justin, and he's like, yeah, I can get you set up. And then somehow I bought Motec like the next week and then cried about it. And I was like, oh, that was a whole car I could have bought for that. I was like, Jesus Christ. I go back and look at my bank account, and I'm like, yeah, it's not too hot. Not doing too hot.
Gotta make more videos, man.
Yeah, more videos. Buy more of this stuff.
I know, right?
Everybody needs to buy Brake Bomber after that.
Right? You're like, damn. You see all those GTRs and shit on fucking Motec? You're like, that's what I fucking want.
Yeah. Like, I think Dan Rue's car is on Motec.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so that's a crazy car. I'd like to eventually get to like that level to race with those guys, but with the car being rear-wheel drive, I don't know if it'll ever be.
That'd be a badass race.
Yeah. Well, maybe not now. If the car's like, 16, 17, 1800 horsepower, not a good race with him. I think he's like over 2,000.
Nah, he's not.
He's not?
Nah.
Maybe it would be
like
a good
1,800.
race. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my car as of now, it just sits outside, so it does not do any sort of numbers.
Yeah, damn. So, after the Corvette, what was after the Corvette?
The next thing I want to build will be...
No.
Oh.
What car did you get after the C7?
Oh, I needed a daily, so I bought my ATS. Actually...
No,
I bought a Ford Focus
the
RS. I almost
Rally?
forgot, yeah. Okay, so there's a whole story with that, right?
Why did you buy it, honestly?
I needed a daily, and I had no money. I had just started Stealth, and I had no money. I was like, so at the time, it was my ex-girlfriend. I borrowed 10 grand from her to like put a down payment on that car. Stupidest thing I've ever done, and it blew up the like same day I got it. And so I didn't post about it or anything because CarMax has a return warranty. I don't even know if I should say this, but yeah, I returned it. I returned that car. I was not keeping that car. I was like, dude, I just don't like the car. It started like blowing a little bit of smoke and stuff. I was like, I'm just not comfortable with it. But I pulled a plug out and it was like dripping in oil. And then I looked down in there and it was like the whole cylinder was just caked in oil. And I was like, I don't even want to take my chances. Everybody was like, it could be this, that, and the other. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I brought it back to CarMax, and then I got my
same day?
ATSV.
Oh no, the next day, right? You said.
I brought it back like a few weeks later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I seen you posting about it when you first
Yeah,
got it.
I've actually never told the story of like what happened with that car. I said it blew up, but I never have said I like returned it. But yeah, I returned it and then got an ATSV.
Damn.
Yeah.
And when you first got it, I was like, damn, that's such an L car. But
Yeah, it was just a daily. I just
Yeah.
wanted a manual. Like I wanted a manual car really bad. So like I had the Focus was manual. It was a 4-door. I needed a 4-door that was manual because everybody that lived at the house, we had like a little content house, and so it was like me and a bunch of my friends. We all had like 2-door cars, so it didn't work out that well.
yeah.
So I was like, I need a 4-door. I need a hatch, and we did that, and we were able to get like furniture and everything in it. Worked out pretty good for what it was. It was really slow, but all-wheel drive launches and everything, and then like drift mode. It was a fun car for what it was. I drove it a lot while I knew it was hurt. I was like, oh, I'm bringing it back soon. It'll be fine.
Yeah. And then what was their policy? You said
For what do you mean?
CarMax. You said they have like a return.
Yeah, they have a 30-day return policy.
Oh,
so
damn.
no matter what, you can return the car. It's still a hit to your credit because I financed the car. So I did take 2 hits to my credit, which kind of sucked. One for the Focus and one for the V right after. But it wasn't on my credit yet, so didn't matter.
Oh, I got you. And how was the community for that?
For the Focuses, I never
Yeah.
really got into the community of it.
Oh,
It was really like,
You're like, I'm not getting into.
Yeah,
not getting into the community.
yeah, well, it like blew up instantly. So I was like, or I'd assume the reason it was at CarMax is because I knew the engine was hurt. Because I changed plugs like immediately. Because everybody was like, change the factory plugs like immediately to some other random ones. And I bought the other random ones, forget what they are. And I start to go change them, and like one plug was just terrible. And I was like, okay, no more mods for this car. I'm done with it. And I was like, I called CarMax, and they're like, yeah, bring it back whenever. And then I just had to wait for somebody that was able to drive me there. And so, yeah, I returned it like a week or 2 later. It wasn't too crazy. I had the car for like probably 2.5 weeks. It wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah. I think you forgot a guest to bring on. I think you forgot to bring somebody on the podcast.
Who, Justin?
No.
I don't
Your
know. who
friend Sean, man.
Oh, Sean? Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
He comes on like every once in a while, right?
he's not in the videos anymore.
Oh,
no,
fuck.
yeah, we kind of went our separate ways after a while. So we lived together for a long time. The whole house, we had like a content house at first, and living with your friends just never works out, especially when like business gets involved and everything. And so kind of after me and Sean living together, we kind of talked about it in Orlando that maybe not living together. And then we got this house like where I live now, the cool one with like the 5 acres and all the land and everything.
Yeah.
It was cool for like a little bit, but living with like another grown man for like a year before that and then trying to live with him. He lived at my parents' house too for a while. So I lived with him for over a year, like a year and a half at that point. And then I was like, okay, at what point do like, we kind of just have to go our separate ways. And not necessarily like out of the videos or anything, but that kind of just how it turned. He's busy. He does his own thing. He has like a job and lived more close to his family. He lives about an hour away. So all his family's like a little bit further south. So yeah, he just doesn't pop out in the videos as much.
Oh, damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, he kind of, I think he like low-key gave up on like the social media thing as well. Some people, it's just not their thing. He kind of just got like wrapped up in it after a while. Like you buy the car, you start doing the videos as well, even though if it's like not your thing. I think that's kind of what happened. He's just over it by the time
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. Social media isn't for everybody. I try to help a lot of my friends, but I don't know. You got to like actually want to do it. Like how I said, I did the YouTube videos and everything when I was a kid.
Yeah.
If you're not really into it, you're just not into it. And it's just how it is.
Yeah. I seen him like, you would show him like maybe like a couple seconds. You're like, what do you think, Sean? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Some
So
shit like that.
he was the yeah guy. So I don't even know how that started. I think it started off as just him being camera shy. Like I said, he just really didn't want to be in the videos or anything. So it was just me showing him like doing random stuff. And he bought an orange 5.0, kind of like, looked like exactly like my old one. And just over time, it was just like, so are we doing this? Yeah, because he didn't talk much. Even in his videos, he made like full-on 1-minute videos, and it's still like him not talking too much. So yeah, he turned into the yeah guy, and it kind of turned into like a whole meme. And he didn't talk up until, I want to say, December of like 2023. He didn't talk in any video. And that was from 2020 to 2023. Never said anything in a video
Damn.
except for yeah. So he was the yeah guy. His username on TikTok is still yeah guy.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Damn. So no more Sean. Damn, that's crazy.
He'll probably pop out every once in a while, but definitely not as much as like used to. Like his cars are still at my house. He has his like blown up smart car at my house, and his
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
The smart car. The one that's in the barn, right?
it's on the side of the barn.
Okay.
But yeah, we bought that thing as like a joke. It was $1,500, and the guy was like, "You guys shouldn't drive this home. It has a blown head gasket." And we're like, "No, it'll be all right." And we literally got 10 minutes from the house, and it blew up.
Damn.
Would not start, melted everything. And then with that car again, Sean bought another block, bought a blown up block because he didn't ask if it was blown up. He needed one part off the block, and the guy was like, I'm not taking it out of the block, just take the whole block. And then Sean's like, I got a steal of a deal on this block. It was like a few $100, and all the rest are like $1,000. So he's like, I stole this block. And he puts it in the car, and we compression test it. We compression tested it after he put it in. I don't know why we did that. And then, yeah, it had no compression. And then the old engine, no compression. But
Damn.
yeah, it was bad. That whole car, I don't know what we're going to do with it. I want to run it over. My dad has like a monster truck thing, like one of those mud trucks. I want to run it over for our 4th of July party. But
like some whistling diesel shit?
yeah, something like that. But I text Sean the other day, and I was like, hey, can we, are you doing anything with your smart car? He's like, yeah, I'm going to rebuild it. And I was like, dang it. I really want to run it over.
Yeah. So you have 2 smart cars?
Just one.
Oh, okay. But it had the different engine on it, right?
Yeah.
That changed the engine, yeah.
It blew up, put another one in it. That one was already blown up, unfortunately. Yeah. Can't win with those cars. We have a lot of blown up cars in the back of the house. Yeah. I think there was 4. Yeah, there's 4.
The V?
It was the V, the smart car. My friend Wyatt's V6 just blew up. And then my friend Michael, he has a GTO there with, like, it blew up as well. Oh, yeah. Actually, he just sold the shell for that. So not there anymore. And the V is in the front of the house now getting repaired. So now it's just my friend Wyatt's car and the smart car is blown up back there. But way too many blown up cars. My house has turned into like a junkyard for everybody. Yeah.
So I got to ask, was this like one of your dream cars, the G80?
No, I'm not even really a BMW fan. I just thought they were cool. They look kind of cool. And I heard the S58s were crazy. And I knew they were kind of hard to mod. So I needed a daily that like was nice. And all my cars at the time were broken. And so I was like, you know what to do when like you have a broken car, just go get a new one. So that's kind of what I did. It was a really dumb purchase. I kind of regret it now. I just really needed a car at the time because my truck was down, vet was blown, Atsv had just blown. So I just really needed something. I had no working car.
So you were like in a pimp in a hard place.
Yeah, I was definitely screwed.
Damn.
And so I got this. I don't regret it too much, but I definitely regret it because it's like a $70,000 car that I bought just for like a daily. Wasn't the smartest decision.
And then the specs on it are crazy, right? Like this is like a...
Oh, yeah. It's an awesome car. So it has like laser headlights, laser taillights, carbon buckets, everything. Carbon package, carbon roof. It's a well-spec'd out car. It's just not all-wheel drive. Don't let Justin know. Yeah. He makes fun of me. Yeah. But it's a cool car nonetheless.
He might want to tune it though.
I don't want to tune the car. Or I kind of want to. I want to get rid of it. The car is for sale. Both these are for sale.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's right. This one's for sale too.
Yeah, I kind of want to move on to other stuff. When I have a car too long, I just get uninterested, especially when they're at like this point to where like you can't do anything else to the Mustang. So I'm kind of just past it.
Yeah. And so the ATS-V is, you said it was down right now, right?
Yeah. So
I know in the comments, they're like, hey, when's the ATS-V coming back out, you know?
Yeah, I lost all interest in that car. And also I paid it off. So then it was like, it didn't have a payment or anything. So it was just kind of sitting there. I kind of like forget about it. So after a while, I just lost all interest in it. It melted a valve. Car was running like pretty lean and everything. So melted a valve, or it actually broke a spark plug off, and then the spark plug broke the valve. Wasn't the best thing in the world. And at the time, I didn't have like enough money to afford to fix that thing. And then as I kept getting more money, I kept buying other stupid stuff. Kind of forgot about the car. So it's finally getting fixed this week. By the time like this is up, it's probably already fixed and running, and hopefully way out of my life. But I'm looking at getting like a C6 ZR1 or something along those lines. Yeah.
Shit.
Like a Jetstream blue one.
Damn.
Yeah, or a Plaid.
A Plaid?
yeah. We're driving the Plaid around today, and it's an awesome car. There's like nothing that beats that. I mean, there's cars that beat it, right?
Yeah,
but not like...
But they got to be like this or somewhat like this.
Yeah, I can take like a family of 4 and like in the Plaid and then go run like a 4 or 5. Like that's insane. Yeah. That's a fast car. And it's just like instant acceleration all the time.
I'll tell you, I think the tickets are going down on those too.
Yeah, they're cheaper than they used to be.
Yeah,
a lot cheaper than they used to be.
Have you spec'd a ZR1 Jetstream?
Yeah, there's one for sale right now. It's by Sinister Auto Sales, and it was like $89,000. Yeah. So I wanted to get rid of the V and then one of these two, and I'd get it. Yeah. Because I kind of have too many cars right now. And
look. Yeah, them bitches are fucking sick.
Yeah, right now we have a C6. I just bought a C6 the other day, so it's just like a base model LS2 car. It's really cool. So it's not that cool. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like C6s. I at least like the idea of it. Just the interior is like, I feel like I'm driving like a horse and buggy, but it's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though, you get a C6 ZR1, you'd be fucking.
Yeah, especially with having like a Z06 C7. I feel like that's awesome to have both those. Those are like two people's dream cars in a row. And one that's like, you know, 1,800 horsepower, and the other one that's just like a monster on the street.
Would you build the ZR1?
I want to say no, but yes, unfortunately, yeah. It'd probably get tuned by Justin like the same day I buy it.
No, you need to
Like
take
before
it
it leaves the dealership.
No. You need to take it to Lito.
Okay.
Fuck that. No, I'm just like
I'm going to bring it to
that dude had a shit ton of ZR1s, right? 13 ZR1s in his shop. It's crazy.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need one of those. Did he have a Jetstream blue one?
No, right? Two?
Two? I need one of them. Tell him to give me a price.
Hey, buddy talked.
Yeah, tell him I got an M4 for trade.
Oh, fuck.
M4 and an ATSV. 2 for 1
He's
special.
going to say, but is it a all-wheel drive? Nah, never mind.
No. You just tell him to squint. Tell him to squint. Dang. Yeah, I can make fun of people for like not having carbon buckets, but then they're like, oh, it's X-Drive. I'm like, yeah, no. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. That's awesome. And so the ATSV, can you talk about a little bit about the community of it?
Oh my God. The community's cool for what it is.
What is it?
They're all just like, they believe they're like the fastest things in the world. It's because you can get them for like dirt cheap now. So like every high schooler gets one, and it's an LF4 engine, which they're cool. Like you can tune them up the boost. It's kind of like, I don't know, if you're into American cars and you've just never touched a German car before, you probably think it's the coolest thing in the world until you get like a G80 and you're like, what the hell is an ATSV? Like it's just, their world's different.
Yeah.
But a lot of those people that buy those cars, they're like 30 grand. So obviously they're not buying like a $70,000 G80. So for the money, they're really cool cars, especially mine. Mine was manual and everything. But yeah, community's something else. They're definitely a different bunch of people. They believe it's like the best thing in the world.
Because I know when you got yours, you did downpipes, exhaust, and tune. Did you tune?
Downpipes, exhaust, tune, and fuel cam.
Yeah.
So it was like probably 600. I think it dynoed 570 before the fuel cam. So it was like on E30, and then we upped it to E60. And it was probably around like 630 wheel, maybe 650.
How'd you blow it?
Spark plug broke. Yeah, so it was just running lean, and then dropped a part of some of the porcelain, and then broke the valve. I think it melted some of the valve too. So yeah, not the best thing. So it's running on 7 right now.
Yeah, I seen a picture on Facebook, and then like they make like V shapes at the track and shit like that.
With what do you mean? Oh yeah. Jesus Christ. They're making a cute little V and everything. Yeah, those are awesome.
Were you part of that group?
I'd love to be. I've never been invited, but it would be so cool. I'd love to park mine in there. Hopefully mine's long gone before I ever get invited though. Awesome group of people.
Right?
Yeah.
Nothing but positives about them, right?
Yeah, no, they love me. I love them.
They're like, yeah, we got a TikToker.
Yeah. You know what is funny? Every single one of them, like when I first got the car, I was like, I'd never had a car that like you can just get a tune and it like is 600 horsepower. Like I've always, like I had all American cars where you gotta like, do pulley, E85, you gotta do headers and all this stuff. I didn't do any of that. I literally like got a tune with the cat still on it. The thing was freaking fast. And I kept making videos and I was like, dude, this thing's sick. And all of them love me. And then it blew up and they're like, yeah, you're what's wrong with the ATSV world. I was like, oh, all right, cool. I was like, thanks, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they didn't like when it blew up.
Hey, shit
nothing I could do. I was just driving it.
Yeah.
Driving it hard.
Talk about the S650. I know you got it right, and then you did the Whipple.
Yeah. So the car started off as just like a headers 10-speed gutted classic 10-speed, just a 10 can. And I ran some times in it. When I first did it, I like posted a little joke in the draggy, and I was like fastest S650 in the world. And it ran like a 13 something or like a 12. Oh wait, yeah, I think it ran like a 12 something. And it was the fastest one in the world. Everybody was like upset that I was like saying world record car because it was like the only one on the streets. But it was really funny at the time because we gutted it, put a drag pack on it, headers and everything. And then after that, didn't mess with the car for a long while. Like things still look stock.
Yeah.
And then eventually I put the welds on it. I ordered those kind of around the same time I got the car. They just took forever to get. And then I bought the Whipple around the same time I got the car too because they announced them. And then that also just took forever to get. So everything just took a long time. And then, yeah, I did the Whipple, and then I think everybody's impressed at what that thing did.
Sponsored by Whipple?
No.
Oh.
No, I paid for that, unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah. Hopefully one day.
Yeah, right.
One day, hopefully I can get like a
Get
full
them sponsors,
sponsored
man.
Yeah, I need some. I need some bad. My bank account is not looking too hot. I pay for everything.
Yeah.
I've never had like anything crazy sponsored. I'll get like Arrow and stuff, But you know, like Parker, he has like free engine, free trans, free everything. Like his whole car is free, and I'm over here $100,000 in debt. I'm like, woo. I'm like, where's my free engine? Justin's gonna give me an engine though.
Right.
He's paying for it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, send that invoice and they pay for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell him to just keep the invoices.
Right. That would have been badass. Honestly, that would have been sick if Whipple would have sponsored it because you pushed the car.
Yeah, they definitely like me now. I talk to a lot of the people now because I was kind of.
They like it now that you fucking.
Yeah, now that I showed like the world, especially because I have a platform, like those videos get millions and millions of views when I do something crazy with it.
Yeah.
So especially running like the 60 to 130 times or going on the dyno, it makes 900 horsepower. The cars are untunable. So for it to make 900 horsepower with just like a little bit of race gas and smaller pulleys, it's a crazy thing. I've never seen anything like this car before. Yeah. It is wild, like, and it just keeps impressing everybody. And I'm sure it can probably go on a smaller pulley than this if we'd put in like a DW400. Like they have like drop-in pumps that go into the factory fuel hat. So I'd love to see like what other people do, but I'm kind of tapped out in terms of like this because I don't want to buy a block. I'd rather just sell it. Yeah. I'm glad I got to like show everybody like what it can do, but I don't want to show everybody it blowing up. I'd like to leave that to like the shops. There's a bunch of shops doing it now. There's a one called Evolution Performance, and I think they made like 1,000 on theirs. I believe it's like STD corrected though, so it reads a lot higher. So theirs probably around the same as mine. I don't see why not. They ran the same gas, the same pulley, and it made 100 more horsepower. So I'd assume it's just a difference in dyno. So I was expecting mine to make 1,000, and then I seen it made 900, and I was like, dang. So,
was yours the fastest Whippled?
Mine's the fastest for like 60 to 130. And then there's another guy that runs like 9.5s.
But were you the first though to put the Whipple on?
No. There's they sent out like a lot of kits to people. Like Kelly Aiken, he had his like weeks and weeks before everybody else because they send him to like not maybe sponsors. I don't know if they got them for free or
they
what.
They have to be fucking sponsored.
Yeah, but they were definitely like test kits. Like they had test kits. Mine was a consumer kit. Yeah. So I was probably one of the first people to have like a consumer kit on because there was nobody like in the forums, like the S650 forums. If you still go in there today, it's just me. It's me like this time, this horsepower, this horsepower. I laid out like full documents for everybody, like this gas with this horsepower and this and this. So I try to lay it out like nice and easy for everybody.
Nice. And what was the 60 to 130?
It was a 5.0 is like at least the one that I posted in those forums. So it ran like a 4.98, which it was also invalid, but that's the only reason I didn't post that one yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's low satellite, so it sucks.
Yeah. So you started off with what size pulley did it come from factory? It
comes with a 3.8, I want to say.
And then you started downsizing, right?
Yeah, so I went from a 3.8, and when we were on the dyno, Palm Beach dyno, they had a 3.7 there. So I threw the 3.7 on. We seen it picked up like 30 horsepower, and I was like, oh, screw that. We're going to go to a 3.6. So I bought a 3.6, went home, threw the 3.6 on, and then I was like, okay, this is cool. And I was sending like all the logs to Whipple, and then I was like, okay, fuel's good. And then 3.5, put it on E30, fuel was good. And then 3.3, and then now we're on the 3.2, and that's what it made like. It's out of fuel system, injector duty cycle is crazy. It's maxed at where it is, unless I go on like race gas, which I might try to do because it's 100% stock fuel system.
Damn.
Yeah, but it's on like an E30 blend with race gas, but some better race gas, like some MS109 or something along those lines. I think fuel system would be able to handle that. Yeah. But who knows?
That's awesome. And is it on E30 blend? Can you explain a little bit about that? Like,
yeah, so you just mix E85 with like a 93 base. So I use 260 GT as a base. It has a little cooling effect because it's still like ethanol in there, and then it just helps with knock and everything. So the car's tune still runs full timing on 93 or on like just 260 GT. The octane's only 100, so we were still seeing knock and it was pulling timing. But when we put the E85 in there, mixed it to like just about E30, all the knock went away and it had full timing. Car was faster. So E30 seems to be working on it until it blows up. I don't want me to be the one that blows it up, so that's kind of why I'm leaving the car where it's at.
Yeah. Is it like not as common for people to do that? Like E85 and 93 blend?
It is, but just not in the Mustang world. I don't know what it is, but like Ford people are terrified of like any blend that's not like full E85. I don't know what's up with that, but if you go into like the world of BMWs or like GM or even the F-150s for some reason, like people do E50 blends, but for Mustangs, like ask any Mustang tuner to do like an E blend and they will not. Really? I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, like even the Corvettes and stuff like that, like my friend's is E50 tuned, and then this thing runs on E30 anyway, even though it's not tuned for it. I still just put E30 in it.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It's just kind of always been a thing, especially in like the forums now. Like everybody just hates on the E30 sort of stuff. Just for Mustangs though.
Yeah. I know you spoke about it earlier, right? That you had like fucking backlash of that.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. For the E30 specifically, there's like a group of people that like really hate it. They just like don't believe it's real. I guess I don't really know what the I don't know what the thing behind it is, but they see it work on every other platform. But for Mustangs, they just don't think it's real or that it actually works, and they're like, oh, the car is gonna blow up. It's not like enough ethanol. And I believe anything like kind of over like E60, E70 is pretty decent, but E30 at least gives you enough so you're not like, you know, knock isn't crazy, not gonna blow it up. Because my ATSV was on E30 for a while, and the difference between just E30 and 93 was insane. Now that car also blew up, so maybe that's a sign that I should take it off E30. I don't know, but yeah, by the time that car did blow up, it was on E60. So yeah, I think E-blends are pretty good. I assume Justin agrees on that too. E-blends are pretty safe. Just like I said, Mustang World hates it. It's a weird thing. You'd have to ask like Lund or Palm Beach Dyno or those people. They don't tune them. They won't do E-blends. Yeah. Almost every factory car can run like E30. Like it'll correct. So this factory tune will run E30. My truck's on E30. Most like newer cars will just run like E30-ish as long as they have wideband. So like GM cars, I don't think you can do that, right? You can't run E30, or can you? No, yeah, you can't do that on a GM car because they don't have wideband. I would keep the car if it was tunable and do like a sleeved block and like crazy horsepower, because the Gen 6s on these are insane. Like Cletus has that Gen 6 on his F-150. I don't know if you've seen that, but he's making like 1,200 horsepower on like a blower. Yeah. So it's way different, but that truck's tunable. So, you know, does way crazier things. This, it's maxed out. Like it needs a fuel system. Trans is kind of probably starting to go on its way out. Like it's a stock 10 speed. Yeah. So it's definitely almost there. Like fourth gear is a little funny. Yeah. Not if anybody's trying to buy it though. It's perfectly fine. Yeah.
What do you think about, or what are your thoughts whenever people say, "Oh, he's just a TikTok automotive guy. He's just a TikTok car builder"?
I mean, at this point, I don't even post as much anymore. It's never really got to me. Like, I don't know. At the end of the day, like I have a 5-acre like house and everything. I go back to my house, look at my 6 cars. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, if you want to say I'm like the TikTok guy, I definitely get like a lot of stuff like in Facebook forums or like the older people. There's like, oh, this is just the TikTok guy, like the cringy TikTok guy. But I mean, at the end of the day, I have a bunch of badass cars, and I don't really have to do anything all day. I spend like a minute making a video one day, and so I feel like it low-key is like the dream life. So I can't complain too much. Like when people try to make fun of it, I just usually see it as jealousy. It's not too crazy.
Yeah, because they probably wish like, oh man, I wish I was making a minute video.
Yeah. You definitely like a lot of people kind of are trying to hop on that wave now of like the short form stuff. You see like a lot of YouTube people like trying to do like the shorter content as well. Yeah. Like they all go to TikTok and put all their clips on there. It's definitely just like the newer wave. Like everybody's younger. They have the attention spans of these people are like 3 seconds. So it's just kind of the way that everything's going. And I think at some point it'll be a lot more normal. Like even from 2020 to now, like it used to be so cringy just to even make a TikTok. And now like people walk up, they're like, "You're the guy from TikTok, right?" And I'm just like, "Yep," and that's it. It's like I'm not like embarrassed by it or anything. I don't care.
Yeah. What about like what do you think about the future for TikTok? Because then they were trying to ban it.
Yeah, you know? I mean, really, if it was to disappear, I still have like a big platform on like Facebook, Instagram, and then soon I'll probably start YouTube. But like even on Instagram, I still almost get the same views on Instagram as I do TikTok. So I don't think it necessarily changes too much. The main goal would be to still like have the brand grow, because believe it or not, TikTok doesn't pay like anything crazy. Like it doesn't pay for anything. Yeah. It's all stealth. Like everything just comes from stealth.
Yeah. And any beef you had like with other TikTokers?
Not really. I haven't really had beef with people, so I kind of stay out. Like I have my own little friend group, and it's just like the people around this like small local town. I definitely stay out of like the other friend groups. I've kind of intermingled sometimes, and it always just kind of turns out somewhat bad. Nothing I like against those people, but there always seems to be drama when you like mix random people together just because they are interested in the same things. So I just stay out of it, do my own thing, never go hang out with people. Like I'll do small stuff here and there. Like I drop my truck off to Jay for him to build it. That's a small collab, but I'm not hanging out with him every day and doing stuff, because a lot of times like this is a business at the end of the day, and I've always thought like mixing friends with business just is never good, never works out. Yeah. I've seen in the past, even with myself or my other friends, it just never works out. So I keep it all separate, and also like mixing with those people, it can get bad. It's just a lot of you're kind of doing the same thing, so then it makes it competitive. You can have jealousy, a lot of things like that, and I just really don't care to be mixed in with any sort of anything. So I just do my own thing.
So what do you think about the Toby?
Yeah, we used to be friends back in the day. But again, like I said, like we just separated everything back out.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of stuff together. We kind of, or not a lot of stuff. I can probably count on my hands like how many times I've hung out with him. But he's like been to this shop where we're right now, and we painted his brakes. We went to Mustang Week, and that was probably like the last time we really like hung out.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, everything he does is cool. He's got his own little thing going on over there. I think the content he makes is definitely different than the rest of us.
Who's the rest of us?
Like me, Parker, Jay, and then like the Jake Schnatter kid. Like a lot of the people that kind of like make all roughly the same content. Toby's is like a different approach to it. I think everybody has their like unique little style.
Yeah. I think it's cool though. They gotta be somewhat. I mean, I'm not saying what he's doing is cool. I'm saying like people that have their own style. You know.
Yeah.
It separates them.
Yeah. If you just make the same stuff as everybody else, nobody's gonna watch it. You always have to change up a little bit. You see a lot of people now like that look at like I'd probably say like the big 4 or 5 or the people I just mentioned, and you'll see a lot of people pop up randomly and they'll like come up or then they'll just fall off really fast. They just don't innovate. So even now, like some of the people that have gotten really, really big, they fall off and then they're getting no views and no nothing. It's just like you get stagnant. You have like one car for so long. Nobody wants to watch the same car, and then you're not doing anything crazy. So I think that's what differentiates like my videos is because especially with stealth, it's helped me afford like all the crazy stuff. So I've been able to always just have like the next best thing. Like I got the F-150, the M4. Like I get a little bit into each community, and especially I'd like to get into like Hellcats and stuff like that because just take a little bit from like every single community. That would be the goal.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'd like to get a Hellcat or a TRX or a Trackhawk. I was actually going to get a Trackhawk instead of the F-150.
Oh, that's right. That was a big debate.
Yeah. So I ended up getting the F-150 just because I'm a Coyote fan at heart. So that was my first thing. That's why I got another one. As much as I like hate Mustangs now, I do like Coyotes. They're impressive. Like no matter who you are, I think everybody can agree that they're pretty impressive.
So when it comes to TikTok, do you think like you're the only one putting your hands on the cars, or you think like other people?
I think a lot of people work on their cars, especially like. So in terms of like building a motor or anything, I feel like the only person that like really gets in there and does anything is Jay. Jay is like the one that builds motors, takes them all apart, does everything. Other than that, I mean, everybody does bolt-ons. It takes like a child to learn how to like bolt something on. It takes nothing. So I've always done everything like myself, other than, like engine work. I don't own like $100,000 machining thing to machine my block. So obviously I'm not machining my block, but everything I've done to this, did myself. Everything I've done to that, downpipes, titanium exhaust, all that sort of stuff, did myself. Even the Atsv. I put the cam in it, did all that stuff. So anything that's like relatively simple, like I said, my dad was a mechanic. So anytime I like really need help, it's like I just ask my dad. But yeah, I do like the fuel systems, just anything except for engine work. And that's just because, I don't know, torque specs and me just don't go well. I always break stuff.
Yeah. So could you say that, as far as the automotive scene in TikTok, right? Mm-hmm. Could you call yourselves like part installers? Or
yeah, I don't think really any of us are like full-on mechanics.
Yeah.
Like we're all like I dropped out of college. I was never like a mechanic by any means, but I learned a lot from my dad, so I feel like I probably have more knowledge than like most people. And I also listen. Like Justin helps me out with stuff. He tells me kind of what to do, and so nothing's too crazy. There's a YouTube video for everything. I think literally anybody. Like people ask me all the time, like how'd you learn to work on cars? It really is just do it. Like that's all it takes is literally just a YouTube video, and you can go do the same exact thing I do in the videos.
Yeah. What about on TikTok? Did you notice the RPM changing
for like the pay? So like I said, I never really took any of that like too seriously. I've had stealth ever since they started paying like the stuff. So like the difference between money and like having a brand money, like you've seen the numbers this stuff does. So like the difference between that and TikTok is cool. Like some months on TikTok, my biggest month ever, I made like 30,000 in a month. So I guess like, that's like a big month, but ever since then, I haven't even had close to that. Yeah. So ever since it like fell off, I think a lot of people noticed like a big drop in RPM, especially people that like quit their jobs and like solely focused on that. Like Parker, he was only off of TikTok. And so that's a really stressful thing because he has to like post on multiple accounts and make sure his RPM's good on like this account, that account, post 5 times a day. Yeah. And I think that's like the difference between me. I just post 1 video a day on like my main page, and really all I do is just post like one really, really solid video. I don't really care how much money it makes because at the end of the day, I kind of know that I still have like the products to fall back on, and I don't have to sit there and post 15 videos a day. It's a lot less stressful of a life.
Yeah. Let's get into the product. I mean, it's in the brake bomber. A lot of people see it on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Brake Bomber's been everywhere. It's like, you know, you had there. It's on TikTok Shop.
Yeah,
right?
TikTok, Amazon. It's on FBA, like Prime Delivery. It went
it's
way
gotten-
beyond what we ever thought it would.
Yeah. So I think, you know, especially you're so young. But I want to say congrats because that's badass.
Thank you.
Like
Yeah, it hasn't even been a year yet.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's been
fucking
awesome to
sick.
see. It definitely
Yeah.
changed my life.
To talk about like starting the brand and then till now.
So I don't know if you've ever heard of Blackline. Have you seen the Blackline, like the drying towels and stuff on TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
that's one of your first videos, right?
Yeah. One of my videos.
Yeah.
So like always, I'd wash my cars. Like you see a lot of people now that have like the 6 million brands. Like everybody and their mothers has a detailing brand now. They never like wash their cars. But I started off like me and my friend group. Like our videos were washing cars every single day. And so John, who owns Blackline, reached out to me and he started sponsoring me and doing all this stuff. And then I invited him to my birthday party because he happened to move down to Florida. I invited him to my birthday party. He's like, I have a crazy idea. Like, how about we start one with you? And we do like car giveaways and all this crazy stuff. And I was like, dude, that'd be insane. Like, that'd be awesome. So we kind of came up with the name, did all this sort of stuff. I ended up moving up to Orlando to do this because he was living around the Orlando area. And it was a big risk. I was broke for a very long time. And it eventually worked out. But yeah, it sucked when you first moved there, especially like living in Orlando sucks because I know nobody there. Like my family was far away. And then I lived with like a bunch of my friends in a crazy expensive house. We were all definitely at our end of everything. It was a big jump for a lot of us.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks because I think I was the only one that like really profited from it. Like nobody else like really got anything from it. So I feel bad for like my friends a little bit, but I guess they had the same opportunity as me at the end of the day.
Yeah. And so you started off with just Stealth, right?
Just Stealth. Yeah. So
And is it still Stealth?
it's just Stealth. Yeah. It started off as Stealth Supply and then we changed it into Stealth Garage. We used to have another business partner. And we kind of separated from him. Like once John moved back to Ohio.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to more seclude it to just us. Me and John knew each other a little bit better, and we thought it would just work better with just us. Mixing too many parties like together, it can get kind of iffy. Everybody's
Crazy,
got
yeah.
different ideas, and me and John are always kind of like have the same exact ideas. And when you add like a third party in there that like thinks differently or doesn't want to do certain things, like send products out to people or things like that, we just kind of were like, you know what? I think it's best that we just separate things, because at the time there was like 6 companies, like random little companies, and I don't want to say the names because some of them they don't even have their faces connected to, but they're like random little detailing companies. You probably see ads for them, but we separated them all and we took just Blackline and Stealth, and then took it up to Ohio. I stayed in Florida, and then all the other companies went to the other guy.
Damn. So I know they had you had like a lot of knockoffs, right?
Yeah, dude, there's so many. Yeah,
Like a lot of knockoff Brake Bomber.
yeah, they're everywhere. So we have people that like work full time to just take them off TikTok and Amazon. Like it's literally just people that we pay to take down those listings. It sucks, but I guess it's kind of like a part of it. You really can't do anything. It's hard. We've contacted like all of them. TikTok's kind of good about it. Amazon doesn't care about us like at all. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, like ours typically pop up first just because it has like, ours has 100,000 bottles sold.
Yeah.
So it'll pop up first. So I guess most people don't get confused, but it's definitely been a thing that we fought with in the beginning because there were so many in the beginning, and people were getting like little 3-ounce bottles. Ours are 32-ounce bottle, well, like that right there, a big 32-ounce bottle. People were getting like just water inside a 3-ounce bottle, and then they're still able to like review our stuff. And so we were getting like crazy reviews. Like even our reviews now on it are like a 3.9. That's because there's so many just knockoff stuff. It sucks.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a part of it.
Was it easy like getting a TikTok shop to sell it?
Yeah, the process on that's not hard. Like you literally just sign up, put some products on there, and then now we're like really cool with TikTok, and we get to do a lot of the like sales and all that sort of stuff. They work with us. We have like a representative. So at first we didn't have any of that stuff, and TikTok at first they were doing all sorts of like crazy deals, and they're free shipping and they're paying for like half of it, but we'd get full price. So in the beginning, like TikTok Shop was insane. Like there was months where like we were making $100,000 a day, and it was insane. We were we were in Vegas one time, and it was like constant back to back 80,000 a day. And me and John were just like looking at each other every morning, waking up in Vegas. We're like, holy shit. We didn't have any product to send out. We kept it up because we knew we had product getting in. It was a big risk, and thankfully we got everything still out. And like we have a good team, and they ship out stuff like crazy. But yeah, that was the most insane time of my life. So now we have like, I want to say like 20 something employees, So
Fuck.
yeah, it works a lot
That's
better now.
fucking sick.
Yeah, it's like I want to say it's like a 10,000 or 15,000 square foot warehouse. I've only been there once, but yeah, it works out well now, especially with having that big of a team, people packing and just everything, bottling stuff.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah, I like where it's at now. In the beginning, it was so stressful because it blew up way faster than we ever thought it was. And it was like me on Instagram every single day replying to like DMs and like all the help stuff. So now we have like a support, like we have a bunch of girls.
Legit. You're
Yeah,
like legit,
everything's
legit,
legit. So
Yeah.
it's so much easier now. I'm really like hands off and just do the content now. And then me and John are just always kind of thinking of like the next best thing. So he's hired out a lot of the stuff too. He gets to chill out. Like a lot of times we'll just call each other and he's like, I'm snowboarding right now, or he'll call me and I'm like, I'm on vacation right now, I'm in Mexico. So it's cool now that we don't always have to be there. You can kind of,
Yeah.
I can just pre-record videos and he's hired out people to do a lot of the back end stuff. He kind of does everything for back end. And then I'm like the face and all the promotion and everything. Because I had obviously the brand to go with it. Like I had the social media. That's kind of my contribution to it.
Yeah, not too much. You don't have to give us a lot of sauce on the business, but like, how do you think you excelled the brand or the product to where it's at now?
I don't want to say too much because there's a lot of people that like don't copy us exactly, but that, like a lot of people do look at us and have like asked for us for help, and it mainly is just like our marketing team is really, really good. So John is just a wizard at like all of it. I think that's why it works so well. And then also I can just sell products. Like with we kind of tested it out with Blackline and it worked amazing. And that's why he wanted to do something with me is because like the videos, they just sell.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference. Some people, it's just not natural. Like I said, some people just have never detailed their cars and never made a video before. And now they have a detailing brand and you've never seen them wash a car before. But my videos were like always like the foam cannons, the drying towels, all the crazy stuff. I was always doing something. My mom was a detailer actually. So I was always doing like random little stuff, paint correcting my cars, ceramic coating them. So it was a lot more natural for me to do it, which is funny because I don't do any of those videos now because I don't want to look like a sellout. But that used to be half my content back in the day up until I started the brand.
Yeah.
And so now I just make it all just for the stealth account because I don't want my account to look too much like I'm just selling stuff. Even though I loved it, I'm definitely getting towards the point of like burnt out on it. I used to just love it just because it's fun to do. I like making my cars look good. But if you look at the two behind me, like Justin was making fun of that thing not being clean. The wheels are disgusting. And like the main thing is like a wheel cleaner. It doesn't look good. Yeah. It is what it is. I don't have like time to clean them all the time. I usually have my brother clean them actually. So
shout out to the brother.
Yeah, he's sitting back there. Yeah, he does all the random stuff. He cleans like my side-by-side, mows my yard. He does a lot of random stuff. Just give him $100 here and there. He just does it.
Yeah, I need this done.
Yeah. It used to be Sean, but now he's the new Sean. Yeah. Had to fly in a little replacement.
Yeah, right. Are you gonna give him the G80?
I don't think so. I'm sure he would love that. He's sitting back there with like shaking his head.
Right?
I'm sure he would love that. No, unfortunately, that one's still by all means, he can take over the car payment. It's like $1,100. He works at Chick-fil-A. I don't know how that's going to work, but it might work out. You never know.
Hey, sell some product or some shit.
Yeah. No, that's what we're trying to get. So a lot of our friends actually, what's crazy is you can make commission on these things. On like all the stealth products on TikTok Shop, you can make commission. Yeah. So some of our friends, we have like making $10,000 a month because they'll get paid like 10, 20% commission. Yeah. And so it's awesome that like some of my friends get to like blow up and make a lot of money as well. They've been able to like boost their cars or even buy additional cars. Like my friend Cody, he's bought 2 cars now and boosted his Mustang. So it's just awesome to see.
From selling the
just from selling the stuff. Yeah, just from commission. Yeah.
Damn.
So it's awesome to see. Just people make insane amounts of money.
It's like a win-win deal.
It's
because it boosts them up. It makes them money, but it makes the stealth money.
Oh yeah. It works like both
balance.
ways. Yeah. So we've definitely tried to push that. And my brother at some point he's going to start. We're setting up a studio now, but he's going to be doing like the live streams every day to see if we can do that. So we'll just pay him like a commission out of the live streams. But we've used it for like some of the other brands that we have. It seems to work really well. So we're going to try it on stealth and see if works even better.
Oh, the TikTok live streams.
Yeah. So those TikTok live streams, you can add like the products in there for the TikTok shop, and they go crazy. Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to try to do.
And your brother's going to tell you, all right, I want a percentage off the commission from the live streams, and I want every fucking dollar from gifts.
He can have all the gifts. What's funny is we don't even have any of that stuff like set up for like my account. Like I don't make a commission off like anything, and I don't like get gifts or anything. I've never set it up on my account.
Oh, you never set like, oh,
I've
yeah.
never set up anything. Yeah.
Damn.
So
You
I
probably
don't.
have like a boatload of fucking.
Oh, actually, the other day I hopped in one of my friend's live streams and I opened it up. And I had like $1,000 in gifts in there. I just started sending him all of them. I was like, "There's $1,000 in here." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
I sent him like I think like $100 or something. And then I go on
Fucking
like
whale.
other. Yeah, I go on like other live streams. Like it'll just be like some random person doing something. Or there's that one guy, he like cuts wood. I sent him like the craziest one.
Damn.
Yeah. Just send him random ones.
Yeah.
Just because it's there.
Nice. Well, congrats, man. Honestly, because you built a brand. How do you feel right now? Like where the brand's at?
I
And
always
what's the
want
future?
more, yeah.
What's the
I mean-
future for Stealth?
It kind of gets normal, so you're always chasing like the next best thing. Like if I really sit down and look at it, I'm like, wow, I've like accomplished a lot. But I guess it's happened over like it's almost been a year now. It's kind of it happened fast, but it is just like I live my life like every single day, so it doesn't look as crazy as like an outside perspective of somebody seeing me. Like I worked at Best Buy before this, so like working at Best Buy and within a year I have like 6 cars and a house. It's crazy to see from the outside, but for
Yeah.
me, I know like all the stuff that I did to get there, so it definitely felt like a longer process, and I definitely want to keep pushing. We have like the new product there, which is forged. That's kind of something we're going to push later on. It's a hand cleaner. We want to get not out of the detailing space, but we want to have other forms of revenue, just in case, just other things.
Yeah.
Because everyone and their mothers, like I said, has a detailing brand now. So I don't think it'll affect like Stealth at all, but it's always good to like have different forms of revenue until there's 6 million hand cleaners, which I'm sure
Yeah.
will pop out at some point.
And the but the most profitable one and the best one is Brake Bomber, right? That's like
Brake Bomber is what's made the most money. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the most profitable, but it definitely makes the most money. It's just it works good, and the marketing behind it's really good, and we've definitely proven that.
What's their most profitable one?
For like product cost compared to like selling it, probably one of our random ones. I mean, this stuff's like expensive, like the Permatire. We have like random ones that are like expensive, but Brake Bomber we sell for so cheap and in such a big bottle. You can see that's like a 32 ounce compared to 16. You usually make a little bit more money on.
Oh,
like,
so you're talking about like price per unit?
yeah.
Yeah, okay,
we make
gotcha.
more profit on like other products.
Yeah.
Probably like the towels or a foam cannon.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff's really easy. There's no labor involved in those either.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the actual profit on Brake Bomber isn't crazy, but it pays for everything
Yeah.
just because it's so much.
Yeah. So would you consider yourself like a muscle car type of guy? Or
Yeah,
like
I
a
definitely
German?
started. I definitely started off with just like Mustangs. Like all my cars that I've ever had before, I had a Miata, which was random. Kind of forgot about that car when you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had a Miata randomly, but other than that, it's been all American cars. I got this kind of randomly as well, but next car will definitely be like some sort of exotic. I want to get a little bit out of the American stuff because everything seems to be like rear wheel drive and like nothing too crazy. Now that I can at least, I wouldn't say comfortably afford, but I can probably skirt by with getting like a Huracan or something. I'd like to get a Huracan and do like a build on that and just cut down the cars a lot because I have a lot of cars right now. So if I can cut it down to like just having 3 but one of them's a Huracan, I think that's like the way I want to go is just have like a crazy build. Huracan, my dream car is a Viper, but I always told myself I wouldn't buy a Viper unless it's an ACR. And right now ACR is not in the budget. So
Them things are fucking high.
yeah, they're like 400K. Like a Huracan, you can buy for like 180. It's
Yeah.
way huge price difference. I might get a Viper just to build. I don't know if I want to ruin an ACR, but you can get a Viper for like 120K, and then
Like a 2009 or some shit?
no, like a fit gen. I'd only want a fit gen. I wouldn't get a 4th-gen or anything. Yeah, so I'd get like a 2013, 14, 15, up till 17, just whatever I could find. I really want a blue one. They have like a baby blue color. Those are insane. And maybe twin turbo build on that, obviously sequential.
Yeah.
But with me having the Vet, I kind of just didn't want another rear-wheel drive car, so I'm kind of leaning more towards like an R8 Huracan. Just
Oh, yeah.
I've never had an exotic car, and I feel like a Viper's cool, but it's not a supercar. Or
Oh. It's
I mean,
the Mopar, man.
the Mopar. I mean, at the end of the day, it is like it's a Dodge. It's not a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
So as cool as they are, and it is my dream car, it's a V10. Things sound insane, spitting flames like out of the sides with twin turbos and all that. Like I don't think anything will top like just like the name of like a Lamborghini. It's definitely cooler for like videos like the shock factor sort of thing. Like I said before, Viper, twin turbo Viper, like Calvo. I feel like the name Calvo is definitely one of those like heavy hitters. Like when you hear Calvo, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But just overall, like having a twin turbo Huracan with like a bumper off and the turbos are out the back, I don't think anything looks crazier than that.
Yeah. That's true. Built by who?
The Huracan? I have no clue. I've not even gotten to that world yet. I don't even know who builds those things.
You
I know,
wouldn't-
isn't there like 416 speed, Sheepy, all those people? I think they
Yeah,
do
yeah.
all that stuff.
You know, it'd be badass though, right?
Who?
If you learned just how to like put a turbo on it, or if you learned how to like.
I heard those blocks are like 50, 60 grand, aren't they?
Yeah. Stock motor, they can hold a shit ton of power. But I'm just saying, if you document it and you put it on TikTok,
I guess that
you
wouldn't be too bad.
installing a twin turbo kit.
To do anything on those cars, don't you have to drop like the whole drivetrain? No? I know like, you know that guy that like does the truck stuff? His name's Gabe something. Gabe Farrell, maybe?
Yeah, Gabe Farrell.
Yeah. I think his engine just blew up in his Huracan, and like the whole drivetrain. I like fell asleep watching YouTube the other day and woke up to like his video on there, and I was like watching this like drivetrain get dropped out, and I was like, that's a lot, and I think his was just like knocking, and it was like a supercharged one.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. If you do the engine, you got to drop the whole cradle in the back, right?
Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, they are just like a Volkswagen. So I don't know. I feel like they probably. No, what are they gonna do? You know what I mean?
No, but it'd be cool though.
Yeah, I think it'd
'Cause
be.
think about it. You don't see anybody working on a fucking Lambo.
Yeah, that
twin
is
turbo
true.
in it.
I mean, on like the TikTok side,
They're gonna think you're fucking genius. Like, oh damn, this guy just fucking twin turbo his own Huracan.
dude, they think I'm a genius because I slapped a Whipple on there with a
what I'm saying.
with an instruction sheet. People are like, this guy can work on cars. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
like this took like 8 hours to do. It wasn't even
Yeah.
crazy. But I think a lot of people just
right?
don't understand.
You badass, right?
Yeah, I could probably do it. I'll fly Justin out to do it. I'll pay him a solid $5 an hour.
All right. It's you and your dad. Oh, you and your dad right there. Boom.
He doesn't like working on cars. He's over it.
Oh,
he was a
shit.
mechanic for like
Yeah.
20 something years.
Yeah.
He doesn't even work on his own cars anymore.
Fuck that ratchet.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. He tapped out on that. Every once in a while, I'll ask him for something, and it's usually he's not about the working on cars
Not
anymore.
about that life no more, right?
No, I think he's
retired?
way over it. He hates it now. Or he might find some like every once in a while, like just work on his car just because he used to do it.
Yeah.
But he's kind of into his new business now, and he's been into that for like I want to say like 5-6 years now. So he's definitely out of being a mechanic.
Yeah. So, I guess just give us a rundown, like how the product is compared to others.
I'd say so. We always try to have we do a lot of testing, and we have a chemist for some of the products. And like Brake Bomber, we're always testing. It's literally a new formula like every single month. And recently, people say it sucks because there's like a constant battle. So you'll have like it's too strong, it's ruining wheels, and then it's not strong enough, it's not cleaning the wheels good enough. So it's a hard thing to like go back and forth between. So now we're separating it into two different things. We're gonna have like just normal Brake Bomber and Brake Bomber Acid. So that's kind of what we're separating it now, and that's kind of to please both sides because we were trying to fight two battles with one product, and it just wasn't working. And
Brake Bomber Extreme or some shit, yeah.
yeah, it's just Brake Bomber Acid. It's gonna be an
Yeah.
acid. It's a whole different product, and it's just an acid. And it's almost 100% touchless, cleans a lot better than what this does. So this will we're going to tame it down a little bit more, or probably just leave it where it's at. And it'll be for like maintaining wheels or like using a brush and cleaning, but you can use it on all types of wheels. Whereas like we used to have it really strong and it would stain like American forces and stuff, which you really aren't, you're not supposed to use chemicals on it anyway.
On the billet, yeah.
Yeah, and we have it all on the instructions, and like anything that's like raw aluminum, even some dyed soaps will like dye raw aluminum like wheels a color.
Yeah.
So you got to be really careful. But yeah, that's kind of why we're separating it into two different things, because we're gonna have this one be like a pretty safe wheel cleaner, and then the other one's gonna be like, watch out, this stuff is acid, but it'll be safe on 90% of wheels.
I know that when you posted TikToks of like people were like, oh, you need a pressure washer to clean it.
Yeah,
Or,
I mean,
you
I
know
just
what
use,
Like,
I just use a pressure washer because it's there. We've done a ton of videos with like a water hose
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
anything else.
Nothing
like,
with crazy pressure, right?
Yeah. We'll use like half our videos. Like a lot of people don't have a pressure washer, so like a bunch of the videos that we when we send products out to people to make a video, that they use like just a garden hose.
yeah.
So I use a pressure washer just because it's like hooked up, and I'm not going to unhook my pressure washer. So sure, it probably helps out like a little bit, but at the end of the day, there's at this point 100,000 videos of the stuff working on like every type of wheel, and then I've also used the stuff with just like a rag and spraying it on there. It doesn't really matter. I mean, a pressure washer has more agitation, so if you really want it to clean better, it'll clean better that way. But if you ever just used a pressure washer on like a wheel before, it does not take off brake dust. So
So owning 6 cars, which one is your favorite?
Right now,
Well, you can't really say the Corvette because you haven't driven it since you've gotten it, right?
yeah. So my favorite
So-
car right now is probably the G80. Yeah, G82. So it's a cool car. I like it. It's probably the most daily friendly. My favorite before that was the Mustang because it has like the self-driving and everything. I put headers and a straight pipe, and now I like don't drive it. In terms of like favorite car that I've owned, it probably would be the Mustang. Like out of all of them, it's crazy. But I'm sure that will change here in about a week when I get the F-150.
Yeah.
It's always like a constant battle. It's like one car I build crazier and crazier, and then I'm sure after the F-150 I'll get the Vet back, and it'll be a whole different world.
Yeah.
And then Vet's probably going to stay the favorite for a while until I get a Huracan. And
You're
then,
going with drag radios on the F-150?
yeah, so it'll have 31550s.
Shit.
Yeah, four beadlocks.
Damn.
I used to have a beadlock thing, or a whole set of beadlocks. And unfortunately, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave the truck. I'm just going to use it to haul my side-by-side, like whatever. I'm done building crazy cars. And then, yeah, I don't know what happened one night, but I bought a turbo kit. It's one of those late-night texts with Justin.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
like, dude, you know, it'd be cool. And then it's like every time. It's how the Motec happened. It's how the turbos
Right.
happened. It's how the engine happened. The engine happened in daylight. That one was bad.
Damn.
I was standing in front of it. I was standing in front of him, and then he was like, yeah, you should do this. And I was like, doesn't sound like a bad idea. That was around that time remember when I said we had those like $80,000 days?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking at that, and I'm like, like it doesn't even matter. And then now it's like slowed down a little bit. I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. No, we're still good. But Sean was there, and he. No, don't let him say anything because he was like, look at this billet block. He's like, you're already at 40 grand. He's like, what's another 10? I was like, you know what? You're right. And you know what's crazy? Probably a month later of Sean like talking me into the billet block, I text Justin, and I was like, hey, I think I might just want to do the billet block. And he's like, no, we already ordered the LTR. I was like, whew, that's probably the best thing I ever did. I was like, thank God, like I waited a
Right.
month to think it over because if I was going to the bank like every once in a while to do like my wire transfers, and the ladies there probably just think I sell drugs because I'm sending random amounts of money to like Ultimate Engine Solutions and Pro
Yeah,
Speed
yeah.
and then like Justin and all sorts of random stuff. So I'm sending wires all the time, and they're like, "What are you doing?" So if there's one more, probably would have had like the cops call on me for another just random 10 grand sent.
Damn. So right now is a G80, right?
Yeah, for daily driver like comfortability, yeah. And if I get rid of this car, I'd probably get like a Plaid or something, and I'll definitely miss this. The other car that I've been like looking at somewhat getting would be like an X3M, so still shares the S58
yeah.
with this, all-wheel drive. They're crazy. They're a little bit slower because they're heavier, but I don't have a four-door car right now other than the Atsv. That's
Yeah.
because, well, that thing's blown up, so I have no four-door car. So if I have like family members come visit or friends come visit, it's like we go to dinner and like a few of my cars. And we have to take like 3 of my cars out instead of me just having a four-door. So it's not the most convenient thing in the world. I'd like to just have a four-door. I have 6 cars right now.
Damn.
And only one's a four-door, and that one's blown up.
Well, guys, last question. You keep talking about the Plaid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a...
What do you think they're gonna tell you when
So
you get it? If you do get a Plaid.
So already I posted a video today when like this was filmed. I posted a video about the Plaid, and I was like, I might get rid of the G80. Like the comment already, it's like, I'm unfollowing. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really care. It doesn't matter. Like I said, it is what it is. Like that car won't be filmed a lot. It's kind of like the G80. I don't film anything with the M4 like at all.
Yeah.
So there's no content to be made on it. And I think it's just one of those cars that's in the background that people are like, that's my dream spec. I want that. And I think with the Plaid, people like miss it, but I never made content with the Plaid anyway. The only person that will probably like actually be butthurt about the M4 being gone is just my brother. It's because it's his dream car. So
And Justin.
Yeah, Justin will be upset it's gone too. But the Plaid is a different animal. I don't think there's anything that's like that out of the package, dude. It's crazy. And the self-driving. Like I just want to be lazy and just
You just wanna-
yeah, I just want to take when we go right after this up
Yeah.
to Orlando, take
Yeah.
a little nap on the way up there.
Guys, after this, we're gonna go to Orlando. We got a podcast with Titan. It's gonna be badass.
Yeah, might have to
Are y'all
drop
gonna
the-
race? Y'all racing?
Racing what?
The Mustang. Oh fuck, my bad.
Yeah, might have to leave the M4 off at Titan. It's down right now.
It's hurt.
You just wait till I get mine. Then we'll. Yeah, see, that's what I kind of don't want to do is go to Titan after this because I know I'm probably going to end up keeping this car or getting an X-Drive one.
Right.
I'd really like to have an X3M.
You know, it'd be fucking funny, right? If he gets a plaid and, you know, you get another plaid and y'all racing, y'all just like, there, stagnant.
No, I'd gap him. I'd gap him.
Why?
Driver mode.
Let's wait.
Oh, let's wait. He just said that to you.
If you can give advice to those maybe want to start a TikTok or build a car, what advice would you give them?
For TikTok, dude, you just post. I've tried to help like everybody, even like my brothers sitting here watching. They just don't listen, but it really is just post. Especially when you're around somebody that's like already doing it, it's a lot easier. So like all my friends, they're always around me and they kind of see this stuff and like see what I get to do. And it really is just having the dedication to do it. You have to want to do it, not only just like a lot of people see now. They're like they see me with all the cool cars and they do it for the wrong reasons. I didn't make a penny up until like I want to say like 9-10 months ago. I made no money. So I don't think you can have the wrong intentions going into it. So if you go into it for like money or some sort of fame, even though it's like TikTok fame, doesn't matter. I don't think you're going to succeed that way, but definitely it's just post. It's consistency. That's all it is. And then don't copy people either. Like that's probably the worst thing because usually nobody wants to watch the same video twice because if you're just copying somebody, you're going to have the same audience as them. So then you're just going to be like, I already seen this from this guy. I see a lot of that now. There's like a lot of accounts that just have like about 50K to 100K. It's just like straight up copy accounts. Like I'll post something or I'll see Toby or Parker or Jay post something. It's like this one account or 2 accounts, 3 accounts. They'll like post the identical video, same wording, same intro, same all sorts of stuff. It's really weird.
Really?
So, yeah.
Is it like an AI thing or is it like?
No, it's an actual guy. But yeah, there's a few of them. There's like 3 of them. There's one that does it really bad though.
Oh, damn. So they're not screen recording, are they?
What do you mean?
Like they're not screen recording your video then posting it?
No, they copy it. So they have their own car. They'll see me like, they'll see one of us, the people that have like a decent amount of followers and like actually do this for a job. They'll see us like do something random or talk about something random with the car or be like, it was sketchy driving in the rain. Like say I made a video, it's sketchy driving in the rain with radials. This guy will go and like do the same exact thing. He's like, it's sketchy driving in the rain with radials. And like make a whole video about it, like the same day, hours later.
What the hell?
Yeah, so it's a big thing that
that's weird
that people battle with, and you really just don't give attention to them, but it's a weird thing for sure, and that's not the way to grow.
That's fucking sus as shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because they'll use your like same mannerisms because like everybody kind of talks in a certain way. So
I think were you the first one to do it? This is how I came across your shit, right? Mm-hmm. Like you would record. And like when you're talking, you're pointing, right?
Yeah. I do the pointing and zooming. So
yeah. And then I started seeing like other people do that. Were you like one of the first ones to do that?
I don't know. I never really noticed it. It's more people like notice it of my videos. I think it was just kind of natural of like me pointing and like moving my hand around. I talk with my hands a lot. Not right now because I have my arms crossed like the whole time. But usually I talk with my hands a lot and I'm usually like moving my hands around. So especially in videos when I'm like, you know, a lot more enthusiastic. Like my videos are me like yelling, like more Stradman style.
Yeah. I
kind of like that like style. It definitely engages people a lot harder and it keeps them there for like the whole video rather than like some guy just like, today we're going to be Whipple supercharging. Like it's like me freaking out and I'm like, holy crap, even though I had the Whipple for 2 days. I'm like, this just got delivered. I'm freaking out and like I'm screaming and everything. Yeah. But it's been sitting there for 2 days. So I think that's the difference between like my videos and a lot of other people's videos. It's just retention over time.
Yeah.
What the? I never lost. He hopped in my go-kart. Justin got in my go-kart. He's like, no, I want to sit in front of you. He got in my go-kart, so my name was attached to that go-kart. And so it looked like he won because I won. I was in his go-kart. And he still to this day, oh my God, he still to this day says he won.
Damn.
He jumped the go-kart to try to still beat me. But I still won. It just, the names were swapped and I regret it to this day.
Yeah. What about advice for those building their own cars?
For building your own car, I mean, so you're definitely gonna fail. So I think that's something you just kind of got to get used to. You expect to buy things twice. I've always kind of said like buy once, cry once. But when you're starting to build cars, you buy like the cheapest option and all sorts of stuff. And I think that's where a lot of people mess up. Yeah, it's just you buy the cheapest thing, you throw it on the car, it sucks. You got to replace it. You got to do all the work twice. I just buy like a good fuel system, like a 4 Innovations or something. Don't buy some like crappy Chinese one. It's gonna fail. All the stuff usually fails. So
no eBay shit.
Yeah, no eBay stuff. Even though a lot of stuff is eBay on all these cars, but it's fine. It's fine. No, I've tried to learn my lesson that way, especially with the Vet. Everything I've bought is like name brand, top of the line, and even with this, like I went Whipple instead of like nothing against like Vortec or ESS or things like that, but I wanted to go with like a Whipple as they're like the known like big bad thing, even though like ESS is kind of, they're on their way up. Like that is like the next hot thing.
They're coming up, yeah.
Yeah.
What about like growing fame into TikTok, right?
Yeah, I mean, TikTok fame, I don't know. I'll never see it as like anything too crazy. So like you get recognized, or like my brother's in my videos a lot, so he goes to like high school. Everybody will like recognize him just because he's in the videos. But yeah, anywhere I go, I mean, I usually get recognized, at least in the car scene. But at the end of the day, it's like they're TikTok videos. I don't think it's anything too crazy. Like I literally just record me making like a video of a car, and like some people freak out, but a lot of people, it's weird. They'll approach me and they just kind of act like they know me, and it's kind of normal. And yeah, I always just try to like ask their name, ask what car they have, and that's about it. It's nothing too crazy. I think it's definitely not the sort of fame that like maybe YouTube or like some other things. People aren't usually as like loyal to like someone that's on like TikTok. They just kind of see you as like the guy from TikTok. We talked about that earlier. Like you're usually just the guy from TikTok. So I don't think it's like the sort of fame that like people really care about. Like I guess my brother probably thinks it's cool, or like my family thinks it's cool. Like when we're at dinner and people recognize me. That's probably cool, but other than that, like you just get recognized, but I still just do the same stuff. I just like having like the cars and the house. That's it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's badass to hear your story, and I appreciate you letting me share the story to YouTube, to TikTok, Facebook, everything.
Everything.
You know, it's badass, and congratulations on the brand.
Thank you. Everybody watching should go buy some.
Yeah,
That's how I'm gonna get my Huracan.
Put a percent, like a percent off or some shit. That'd be badass.
Yeah. I think you can use code. What's your code? Yeah, use code Malachi at checkout. I think it's like 10% off.
Malachi? How do you spell it?
MALYKAI.
Okay.
He'll get a cut from that too.
Oh,
you guys
shit.
will help him get his M2.
Damn.
He's trying to
there
get an
you go.
M2 because he loves the BMW. So when we go to Titan after this, we're gonna have to hold him back. We're gonna have to keep him away from like the Supras and
Right.
all the little BMWs there. He's gonna freak out.
That's actually probably inspiration. He's probably gonna be like, damn, I want that. All right, you gotta work harder.
Yeah, he's seen a 340i the other day, like an M340i, and he was like creaming himself, freaking out.
Yeah.
He's got a 328i right now, so he just wants the next thing.
Guys, check out Stealth on TikTok. Go order your shit. It works badass.
Yeah, on
Justin
Amazon
said
too.
it. Huh?
It's on Amazon too.
It's on Amazon. You just type it in, it'll pop up, and use code Malachi.
Malachi. If you want to go through the website, use code Malachi. If you buy it through TikTok, we're usually like always running some random sale.
Oh, okay.
So just buy it through TikTok. It's usually the cheapest. Like the TikTok shop. There's always like some sale.
Yeah, so check it out. You're following this guy already because you're watching the video. Check out his TikTok, his Facebook, and YouTube.
Instagram.
YouTube
will start soon.
Yeah, YouTube will start soon. And then check out Go Hard Podcast, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, the shorts as well on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. We got one more podcast. Pretty fucking tired, but it's all good. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Aiden, again.
Yeah, of course.
Peace.